Meet Ruin, who is trainable, social, and energetic. Dory, who is laid back, housebroken, and clean, has a story. Hudson has a river full of goofiness and curiosity. Ashley answers a viewer's question, why don't you just lower prices and adopt out more animals? Meet Sweet Kitties, and we travel Dog Alley, all on Pick Your Next Pet at the ACAPL.
So first pup I have for you today, his name is Ruhn, R-U-H-N. If you know where that's from, props to you. He's an absolutely sweet boy, and I will say you might recognize him if you follow our page and follow like on our posted adoptables. He has been here before. He was here as part of a humane case with a handful of other dogs and a litter of puppies, and then he did get adopted and he was returned. Not really a fault of his own. I mean, okay, a little bit a fault of his own. Apparently he was very chaotic and a little bit destructive in the home that he was in.
First time a dog was ever like that when it got to a home.
Especially when he was out of a crate, like left home alone. That can happen. I mean, again, he was adopted. He was only like 9-10 months old, so very much still a puppy. And due to the life he lived before even coming to the shelter, he didn't really get a chance to be a puppy at all. So he just still had some growing up to do, and he still does. I mean, you'll see throughout the video clips, he's very jumpy, he's very bouncy. He is crazy. He's crazy, but in an endearing way, okay, you guys? He's super duper sweet. I mostly wanted to reintroduce you to him and show him today because he is excellent with other dogs. He is so good at reading their cues. He is so good at showing them that he just wants to play. He does a ton of play bows and a lot of like submissive behavior, but then turns and jumps and wants to play and chase. I remember when he was here before, when he was younger, we had him paired up with some of our more selective dogs that didn't love every other dog, and he always did really well, played with them. He always did well with other puppies that were his age. So I really like him, and I would love to see him go to a home with either another dog or even like a pack of dogs. So if you have 3 or 4 at home, but you live out on a farm, hi buddy, and you think that you could have another one, he will be an excellent match because he will respect another dog's boundaries, but he will continue to try to play if that's what they're into. I'd prefer to see him somewhere with a fenced-in yard. If not a fenced-in yard, then you'll regularly take him somewhere that he can be loose because he absolutely loves to run. I would also love to see someone get him into agility because he loves to jump. He's very brave. He has no fear. So I just think he's an excellent dog, extremely smart, highly trainable. I'd love to see what he does with a pool. I think he could work really well for like a pack of dogs. Like if you like dogs and you make it part of your life to train them and have fun with them and all that, I really think he'd fit in well in a big group even. So I hope he gets out of here soon. I could definitely see him with, I would say not little kids just because of his high energy, but young kids even. So like a younger family would be really, really good. So somebody come scoop him up because he's awesome. Look at you. Look. No. Wait. A cookie. Oh my God, doesn't it look so good? Easy. Watch how gentle he takes treats. What a good boy. Okay, really?
He should go to a home where there's a drummer.
Really?
Because he can keep the beat.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Sit down. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself. Yeah, come on, get down. Get down.
Whoa! Man.
Sit down. Sit. You know anything else? You know down. Yes! Good boy! Come here. Let him get a zoomy out. Yes!
He doesn't just jump, he leaps.
Yeah.
I wonder what he'd do in a swimming pool with a diving board.
That's what I was just thinking. The way he jumps looks like he's jumping into a pool. Come here.
He could be a life.
Come here.
He could be a life dog.
Come here. Oh, you tell me. Okay, come here. What's that? Sit. Shake. Paw. The tippy tappies, though. He's a baby. Okay, off he goes. Want to take a pat? Oh, no. Didn't bring it back. Didn't even try. Running so fast, his front paws are slipping in the mud. Turn your four-wheel drive on. Oh, John, come here. Come here, honey girl. Hi. You want to come say hi? You want cookies, honey? All right. So Miss Dory here, she does have a story. Dory with a story. You know all of them do, but hers is kind of special. So she,
She's translating it into dog.
She's got like multiple layers to her story. Let me start by just telling you about her. She is probably about 4 or 5 years old. Yes, she has had puppies. So she is from a home where the owner passed away and left her herd of dogs, and no one in the family wanted anything to do with them, wanted to take care of them. So they come here to us. They are all terrified, unsocialized. I mean, not mean by any means, but very scared to be here, and understandably so. They probably have pretty much never seen anywhere but this woman's house. And they were left alone there for a while with only like 1 bag of food open, and this is for like 10 dogs. So then it resulted in, even though they all love each other and have lived together for a while, it led to some fighting. So all the dogs that came from this home had some scarring on their faces and injuries and everything. But luckily, all of them have come around, are super sweet, and are great animals. The hardest part of it was that when Dory came in, when they were looking through the house, there was a litter of puppies, and the puppies were all together in one place when they were found for the most part. But there were 2 females, and both of them had...
The trash truck went by.
Both of them
the big fans
had,
of Ashley's.
Both of them were producing milk. So it was very hard to tell which one the mom was. We didn't know if some babies belonged to one, some babies belonged to the other. The babies seemed to be about the same age. We checked all their teeth and they all looked the same, So we went with Dory because the milk she was producing was like, it was coming in quicker. It was very liquidy, very ready to go. And she had marks on her that indicated that the puppies had been nursing. The other one looked like she hadn't been interacting with puppies. So it was very hard to tell. But thankfully, Dory did an amazing job taking on all 6 puppies. And really, she was only needed for another week or so. They were right at the age where they can start weaning, so it was just a little bit longer that she had to hang out with them. And we gave her breaks from time to time, so that worked out well. But of course, all of those puppies have been fixed and adopted, and she is still here.
Aww.
So I have to talk about her. She is insanely sweet, very easygoing. Like, she will pretty much fit into a lot of homes. I would like to see her with maybe an older couple, or just people who don't do too much. If you just hang out at your house a lot, you just want a friend to hang out with, she's a good option. She does like to be outside. She'll tell you when she wants to go outside. I would consider her very housebroken. She keeps her kennel very clean, and she goes potty a lot when she's outside. So she'll tell you when she needs to go. She'll cry a little bit, let you know. Otherwise, I've hardly ever heard her bark. She's very laid back. There were no cats in the home that she came from, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were like strays around and things like that she's interacted with. So use caution. Kids, I would say probably older kids. I don't see her loving like the craziness of a lot of littles, but it's something she could adjust to. She is not fixed yet, and I will say the vet did notice some tumors starting to grow. around her boobs and around her nipples. She wasn't super concerned about it. We have also had her on an antibiotic for a little bit to help clear out anything that might have started in there, because she is an unfixed female. But she's on the schedule to be spayed, and we're probably going to do a biopsy of those just to see what's going on. But it's not uncommon, and I don't think it's going to shorten her lifespan at all. I will say, if you looked at her teeth, you would think that she is a senior citizen. I mean, even just looking at her body, she's got a lot of gray fur around her muzzle. You'd think she's super old. Our vet actually thinks that she's only 4, and that she just looks like that because she lived a very hard life. So she has pretty much no front teeth, and her canines, the 4 that are supposed to be the biggest, are even like dulled down and only about half the size that they normally are. Back teeth are okay, covered in tartar and a little dulled down, but still there. So more than likely, wherever she was, it's a combination of a couple things. Likely she was trying to escape from somewhere, so maybe she was, you know, kept in a room and she was constantly like gnawing at the door to get out. She also had some skin issues going on. All the dogs had fleas when they came in, so that's a huge thing. And they can actually wear their teeth down just chewing on their own skin. So she likely chewed on her, you know, real tough skin that was having all the fleas, and she wore her own teeth down. So she's been around the block. She's been through a lot. So she needs someone who's going to just give her all the love and attention in the world. She's a, you know, gorgeous shepherd mix. Like I said, extremely sweet, and would just love a nice, relaxing home.
So she's had the bad times. It's time for her to have the good times.
Exactly. She needs to be shown, you know, what real love is, what it means to be well taken care of, not have fleas, not have puppies, just be her own dog. Yeah, right. I know he's a very cute boy.
So it's men. Because he growled at Sven and Boss, or Rocky.
Yeah, so it's boy dogs he don't like.
Or non-neutered. Both of them aren't fixed. Hi, sweet girl. I know.
And even at that, like, she said hi to him, but she's interested in you. She wants love from everything.
I know. You did good, though.
Open up a new door. Oh my god! What do I got? You care about me, or you only care about... So Hudson here is a slightly older male, and you know I use that term loosely because majority of our dogs are between the ages of 1 and 2, whereas he's maybe 4 or 5. Could be a little under that, but he's definitely got a little gray on his muzzle, so I'm putting him up there a little bit. So when Hudson first came in, I will say he was very chill, very laid back. He came in with someone who picked him up on the side of the road, so likely he was dumped somewhere, and it was really chill, really calm. And for the first few days, he kept his kennel clean. He was very quiet. I'm like, wow, this dog is just, he's so sweet, so calm. He's going to get adopted in a heartbeat. Well, let me tell you, that changed once he got a little more comfortable here. And I still think he's a very sweet dog. Like, he's not super messy in his kennel or anything, but he has definitely come out of his shell. So the first time I got him out, I wanted to get a few pictures of him, get him posted. You know how we do. And I just did not expect the craziness that I got. I mean, you know, absolutely no training and no manners. Seems like he's figured out sit at this point, but at the first time I interacted with him, nothing. He didn't know nothing. So I had him in our little trailer space, and he was just bouncing off the walls. Like, he didn't even know what to do with himself. So I'll give him some credit for that one, because it was probably the first time he had been out of his kennel for the most part since he got here. And since then, you know, some volunteers have met him and hung out with him, and they all pretty much did the same thing. Man, that's a lot of dog. But he is older, so he's a lot of dog, but for his age. I'm not, you know, he's not as crazy as Rune that you met. He's not as crazy as Mr. Harry Styles, if you know him. Yeah. But he's still got quite a bit of energy and definitely a lack of training. So whatever home he was in before this, I have a feeling they kind of just let him do whatever that he wants. He is not fixed yet, and so at least when he's outside, he loves loves to sniff and pee on everything. Like, he pretty much ignored us this entire time. So if you have a fenced-in yard and you want a dog that you can just let loose and they're gonna entertain themselves, he's a great option for you. I even think in a home, like inside, he'll pretty much just do his own thing. Obviously, he will be fixed. It's part of our adoption process. So hopefully some of those urges will calm down, but because he's a little older, it's never a guarantee. But you can try to, you know, limit it. He just gets really excited when he's outside, when he's here. You know, even out on walks, it's the same thing. Walk a few feet, pee on something. Walk a few feet, pee on something.
As we all
Again,
do.
it can be worked on. I think he'd be okay with other dogs. Not all other dogs. I think he'd prefer a more like submissive, calm playmate. Like, I don't think he wants to like go crazy or anything. I think he'd be fine around kids. You know, again, maybe a little bit bigger just because he is so jumpy and active. But really, I mean, he's kind of independent. He wants to do his own thing. So if you want a dog that's just going to kind of be around but not bothering you all the time, he's going to be a good option for you. He eats and then he goes and does his own thing. So hopefully someone will come meet him soon because I definitely think he deserves to get out of here. Come here. What's this? Do you know how to sit yet? Did anyone teach you? Anyone teach you how to sit yet? Oh, almost. Yeah, there you go. Good boy. I do got more. Got a hint. Come here. Yeah. Okay. Easy. Easy. Sit. You can have it. Sit.
Okay, welcome to Ask Ashley, Steed, S-T-E-D, at ACAPL.org. I heard somebody, a song where somebody was jumping on their mighty steed. Okay, anyway. Something that came over on my email was from the Animal Protective League before I came here today was the cost of a dog from picking up the dog out on the street somewhere to getting it adopted. And you mentioned this once before, a long time ago, that I found kind of interesting. That, you know, you talk about the prices, the cost of when your adoption fees, but never does the amount, you never make a profit on a dog. It's always a loss thing. No matter what a minimum, you bring the dog in, it doesn't take too much work and he's quickly adopted, you still lose money on it.
Absolutely. So it's funny because actually just someone asked me this week while I was at the gym. They recognized me from these videos and they asked why our prices are what they are, and in that person's opinion they were too expensive. And, you know, I kindly pointed out that, like he said, whatever we're charging you, it never covers how much we're paying, especially because, for those who don't know, we do not have a vet on staff right now. So there's only so much we can do in-house. Rabies vaccines have to be given by a veterinarian, and obviously any spay or neuter has to be done by a veterinarian. So that drives up the bill for a lot of these dogs and cats included. So that would be why our prices are what they are, but additionally our prices are significantly lower than, I want to say, all of Ohio. If not all of Ohio, then I would say at least the Northeast. Anywhere that my director has contact with, we have the lowest prices. And on top of that, we do specials and discounts very often. So especially if you're adopting, say you're adopting a bonded pair of cats, which we'll get into that. But
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yeah. If you're adopting a bonded pair of cats, you get a discount on the second one. We have specials going on coming up. We had specials for Valentine's Day, $14 adoptions. I believe we're doing $17 adoptions for around St. Patrick's Day. So we're always running specials too, if the money really is that big of a concern. But additionally, you may pay $100 here for a dog. Your yearly wellness visit, just for a rabies update and a checkup, is likely going to be more than that every single year. So again, something to consider. Whatever type of flea and tick preventative you choose to go with is going to cost money. There are cheaper options and more expensive options. It's going to cost money. A heartworm test every single year is going to cost money. So again, even if you go to low cost options, you're going to be spending money regularly on an animal. That's part of it, buying food. So again, we do specials all the time because we do want to get animals out of here, but you know, the cost is part of owning an animal, and we try to keep our prices reflective of what we know the income is in the county.
And dogs that are older and have been here for a while get lower prices?
Absolutely. So we're trying to do some like length of stay prices on these dogs, or if they do have any known medical concerns. So we had a handful of little dogs recently that seemingly all had teeth issues. They all needed dentals. We're not in the financial position to get them all dentals right away, so we adopted them out for either a lower price or a completely free adoption fee so that those people could go out and immediately get them dentals with their vet who they know and trust and can make decisions about them. So always, if you're curious about a dog or you know it's a special needs case or cat or anything, just like talk to us, because our goal is always to get them out of here. We have set prices just because that's our standard, but we're always willing to adjust. We're always doing specials. We're doing deals for special cases as well.
And if the price of the adoption, it seems like too high for you, wait till you go to the vet. You're going to have sticker shock.
Right.
If you had a dog 10 years ago and you're going to the vet today,
That's a very good point, yes.
So, I mean, that's one thing where you can decide if I can have a dog or cat or not. One of the things you're going to have to consider is, can I afford it?
Yeah. And remember that for the most part, we are paying that price as well. A few clinics are giving us shelter discounts, but we're paying almost that much to get these animals neutered and fixed and vets, and it's crazy. It's crazy these days.
Hasn't there been places, though, I've read where it's not like this place. It's like they bring the dog in, they don't do anything with it. If they don't adopt them off within a certain amount of days, then they kill them.
Yeah, yeah.
So
there are shelters out there like
right,
that.
So they may charge you $20, but you don't know what.
But you're not getting any of the medical treatment ahead of time.
And if you're going to save money by getting a new kitten from your neighbor, if you're going to do it right, you're going to be putting that kind of money, more money than that, into the neutering and the chip and all that.
If you're going to certain breeders, don't do any medical work on puppies. So you might, first of all, you're probably going to pay way more. You're going to pay hundreds of dollars for a puppy versus we charge $180 here. So you're going to pay multiple hundreds of dollars, upwards of $1,000, depending on what kind of puppy you're getting. And if it's not a ethical, reputable breeder, you're not getting any of the medical care from that point on either. So then you're paying the additional hundreds when you take them to the vet for the first time. So yeah, cost is a big conversation around here. Just know that we are never, ever, ever making a profit on an animal.
It's like going to the grocery store. All right.
Pretty much these days.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. My man Reggie. If you watch our show regularly, then you will remember that last week, or last time we filmed, I was in this exact spot and I was saying hi to, what was his name? It was a big orange cat.
Yeah.
I can only think of the big orange cats that are here right now.
They come and go quick.
Yes, they do. Anyways,
he was a tomcat.
And he was so sweet and just purring and rolling around. He was great, right? While we were doing that, there was a cat that was across the way over here that was being quite talkative, and then he spilled his litter box, and he wanted to be the center of attention.
It sounded like an army in here.
So I promised that the next time we filmed, if he was still here, that he could have his turn and have his 5 seconds of fame. Well, here he is, everybody. This is my man, Reggie. I'm going to be honest, I don't know where Reggie came from. More than likely, it was a humane case because almost all of our cats are coming from humane cases right now. There are a lot of people out there that just have too many cats, so they reach out to us for help and we do our best. But my Reggie man has just been the sweetest thing ever. When you're trying to clean him, it's actually very difficult because he is just all over you, love, love, love. Like, even right now, he's not coming out for love, but he is just purring away in there. Like, he's very happy to just have someone talking to him, you know. So I'm gonna see if I can get him to come out for some love, but I might not be able to. He seems pretty content in there.
Oh yeah.
Hi, buddy. Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he has some kind of underbite, but his like fang teeth stick out so far. He's like rubbing them against me as I'm rubbing his chin. I just think he's great. He does remind me a lot of a cat I had as a kid who was a big, you know, male tabby. I just really like him. He can be quite talkative in the morning when he's hungry, but otherwise, just a very sweet boy who definitely deserves a very loving home. I could see him getting along well with other cats. I could see him being fine with dogs, cat kids, all of it. So definitely hope someone comes to get him soon. Oh, dear, now you're out.
Now, I have to ask, does he have a sandpaper tongue?
I don't know. I don't think he's licked me yet, but I'm
I thought
sure.
He just did.
No, he's just he's like rubbing his teeth on me.
Okay.
It's very funny. I don't know if it's just the way his lips are sitting or what's going on. What are you doing? What? There you go. Hi, baby. Yeah, he's just got one that sticks down really far. You got a big tooth.
Gotta be going to the orthodontist.
You know, he might need braces, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. So someone come scoop him up.
Okay. Well, yeah.
All right. So these two boys are Parker and Eclipse. This is Parker. This is Eclipse. And they are a bonded pair. Now, we haven't had a bonded pair of cats in a while. But a bonded pair means that they likely either grew up together or just have lived together for so long and they really find comfort in each other. So our goal is to get them into the same home. So if you are maybe new to adopting and you've always known you wanted to be a multi-cat household, they're a really good option for you because you already know they get along and they're fully vetted, they're healthy, they're fixed, they're ready to go. They're very playful too. They keep this area clean as best they can. So they're ready to go back to being house cats. They're way too big to be in this kennel together. I mean, I hate having kittens in here because it's not big enough. It's certainly not big enough for these boys.
So what was their story as to how they ended up here?
So they were owner surrenders, which is how we know that they're a bonded pair and that they love each other. They were from an ex-employee. She reached out. They have some disabilities in their home, and unfortunately health is declining, so you know, having kitties underfoot wasn't really a safe option anymore. She was very sad to give them up because she loves them so very much, but she knows that we can find them another really good home. And all of our bonded pair cats that we have ever adopted out, what are you looking at?
Yeah, my camera.
I just like how he's staring straight out at stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's waiting for me to move my hand so he can jump out. I'm 100% sure.
Well, sometimes
He's
when
looking around.
when there's an owner surrender, they have medical issues because they've been properly taken care of and all that. You know, you don't have that here.
Yes. A lot of our owner surrenders are from very senior citizens who have either passed away or they are moving to a nursing home. A lot of times those cats are relatively healthy. Maybe they just need fixed or, you know, a little bit of care here and there, whereas these guys were very well loved and cared for, and like I'm saying, they're 100% ready to go. So if you're interested, and I would put them with another cat as well. So maybe you have one cat at home, you're interested in 2 more, I think they'd be just fine with another kitty in the home.
So that's Eclipse and Parker.
Yes. Good kitties. I like the tabby boy. I think he's a little more loving. Just a little. Oh yes. Oh yes. Don't even think about sneaking out. I know what you're thinking.
walking a dog and I'm never blue. I'm a walking the dog. I ain't thinking about you. Don't need no one to tie me down. I'm a walking the dog and a painting the town. Such an easy life I never